What is up, guys? It's your boy Mega. Now, if you're struggling to make this deck on any deck I've ever shown, check out the card up in the description down below, along with my Twitch and my Discord, where I try and stream this game as many days as I possibly can. Without any further ado, guys, Cyber Dragons, this is my second take on it. This deck is more of a go second with a lot of hand traps in it. I think we're running like a grand total of like 8 or 9 hand traps. So yeah, it's really great. So let's show you what it's all about. Let's get into it. So starting us off, guys, is that lone copy of Sideframe Gear Driver, because we are running Gamma. By all means, you don't really care for this card, you don't want to see it, but even if you do, you can discard it off of Galaxy Soldier, so it's not really dead in that kind of term. So we've got two copies of that, which is the most generic hand trap. It shouldn't do anything from the deck, it just shuts them down. 3 copies of the OG Cyber Dragon, so you get special summon this card from your hand if your opponent controls a monster for a free summon. Now to the baby Cyber Dragons now, guys. All of the baby Cyber Dragons, so Core, Hertz and Nashter, all have the same effect, where if they're on the field or in the graveyard, they're classed as a Cyber Dragon monster. Or a Cyber Dragon, the OG Cyber Dragon. So if Core is normal summoned, you get to add a Cyber spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If it is in the graveyard and your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can banish Core from your graveyard to add a Cyber Dragon, or special summon a Cyber Dragon monster from your deck. Really great. So Hertz is the best one if you combine it with Galaxy Soldier. So if Hertz is sent to the graveyard by any means, even if you Foolish Bury it, as long as it's sent to the graveyard, you get to add a Cyber Dragon from your deck to your hand. Or if this card is special summoned, you can make this card become level 5. You can't play both. You can only use one effect per turn, and if you use the effect to make this guy level 5, you can't special summon monsters except Machine. Please bear that in mind, because it does hinder you, because it happened to me many times. Now, Cyber Dragon Nashter, guys, is a free summon simply by discarding any monster in your hand. So, Driver is a good target for it if you happen to draw that. And if this card is special summoned, you get special summon a machine monster with 2,100 attack or defense in your graveyard. Now, all the base Cyber Dragons, such as Cyber Dragon, Nova, Infinity, and Seeger, and Chimera Tech does not class as Cyber Dragon. No, you can't just summon Cyber Tech, Chimera Tech, because it is a machine. All have 2,100 attack, so all these you could summon off Nashter from the graveyard, which makes Nashter a really great effect monster. Now, guys, more hand traps are in 3 copies of Effect Veiler. It's basically the monster version of Imperm, but Effect Veiler is really good in this deck because it's a light target, which means you can ditch it for Galaxy Soldier and you can ditch it for Nashter as well. Really great. Galaxy Soldier, guys, simply by discarding any light monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. Then, once per turn, you can add a Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand, so you can add another copy to pitch another card, so you can go into a free Cyber Dragon Nova to go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. If you have Soldier and Hertz, just these 2 cards alone equal an Infinity, because you do Soldier to pitch the Hertz. Hertz lets you add Cyber Dragon, Galaxy Soldier lets you add another Galaxy Soldier. You pitch the Cyber Dragon, summon out the Galaxy Soldier, and then you just go into Nova, which can then go into Infinity, all off just 2 cards. Then, guys, we are running 1 copy of the Star Destroying Kaiju. This is a light monster, so it works good for our favour. It is a machine, so it's searchable with Cyber Repair Plan, and that means you've got a searchable Kaiju, can out anything your opponent particularly wants. And it doesn't matter about its attack, because you either attack over it or you just absorb it with Infinity. And then we're running 3 copies of Sideframe Gear Gamma, yet another hand trap, because again, it's a light monster, it works well for the deck. We're going to go second in this deck, so it is even better in that regards. Gamma just shuts down your opponent's monster effect. Have a nice day. Now on to spells, guys. I'm running 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone to out Chimp Mystic Mind players, because that really hinders the deck. 3 copies of Cyber Emergency. This is a searcher for any one of our monsters, guys, near enough. Can add a Cyber Dragon monster from our deck to our hand, which could then just get the board rolling. 1 copy of Cyber Repair Plan. You can only use this card if you have a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard. A nice little tip, guys. You can use Nashter, Hertz and Core and go into either Link Rebo or Salomon Great Almirage, which will then trigger their abilities, which will then get them in the graveyard, so you can play Cyber Repair Plan. Cyber Repair Plan, guys, if you have you could use one of its effects, but if you have 3 Cyber Dragons, you can play both the effects. One effect is you can recycle a light machine from your graveyard back to your deck, or you can add a light machine from your deck to your hand. So because it's light machine, That's why I say it can search out near enough any one of our monsters apart from basically the hand traps. And we've got one copy of Cyber Rev System. This is basically a monster reborn for the deck because it summons Cyber Dragon from the graveyard. It can summon Cyber Dragon from hand as well, so please bear that in mind. Cyberload Fusion, this is like the weak fusion monster. Overload Fusion still the best card. This is just like a backup. You don't really particularly need to run this. This uses monsters from the field or that face up banish, shuffle them into the deck to summon a fusion monster. It's like the opposite of Overload Fusion. Foolish Burial lets us send hurts directly from our deck to the graveyard because then we get to add a Cyber Dragon, or you can send Core to the graveyard because then you can trigger Core's ability to summon a Cyber Dragon directly from deck. We have got 3 copies of Machine Duplication because this card works really well for our monsters. So if you have Core, Hurts or Nashta, their name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field. Because they all have less than 500 attack or 500 attack exactly, Machine Duplication lets you special summon 2 Cyber Dragons directly from your deck. This card is not once per turn, so you could summon all 3 Cyber Dragons from your deck if you happen to have all. If you manage to have 2, or if your opponent Ash Blosses it, you just play another run, summon more 2. Instant level 5, instant rank 5 monster off this. Overload Fusion lets us banish monsters from our graveyard or field to go into a fusion monster, which is really great to go into Chimera Tech Rampage. Now we've got running 1 copy of Cybernet Overflow, which is a, if you happen to go first, this is a good card because it lets you banish Cyber Dragon monsters from your hand, field or graveyard up with different levels. Then you pop a monster your opponent controls equal to the different level. Pop a card your opponent controls equal to the amount of Cyber Dragons you banished. Then we're running 2 copies of Imperm just because I couldn't have the space, so this is why I only had 2. Basically, it's just the effect. It's just the trap version of Effect Veiler, another hand trap. So in grand total, we're running like 10 hand traps in the deck. Really great to hinder your opponent to like stop them from doing plays. Onto the extra deck, guys. You're running 1 copy of Chimera Tech Force Dragon. It's basically a Cyber Dragon plus any machine plus 1 or more machine monsters. Could use it from either player's field. Basically, any machine monster on the field is good for Fortress. Chimera Tech Mega Fleet can out any monster in the extra monster card zone. So that's like any Link monster. So your opponent has like a Masquerena or like an Appaloosa. You just literally summon a Core or a Hurts, link it off, or fusion summon both theirs and your monster and their monster to go into a Mega Fleet out to their Link monster, and then you get a free monster in the graveyard so you can play that Cyber Repair Plan. 2 copies of Rampage Dragon. This card is the best light OTK machine in this deck. Upon being fusion summoned, it can target spell traps equal to the number of fusion materials. So if you use 2, it's going to pop 2. If you have 3, it's going to pop 3. Then you can send up to 2 light machines from your deck to your grave, and this card gains an extra attack for each. So if you send 2 monsters, this card is going to attack 3 times in a single turn. Really great when you combine it with Sega to increase this card's attack points to 4,200. Now I'm running a copy of Cyber Twin Dragon. By all means, you don't need to run this. I just run it in here because it's just an extra target you can run. And it's basically kind of the same thing as Rampage, but it can attack twice during each battle phase, and it has more attack points than Rampage. We have 1 copy of Pleiades because it's really easy to get level 5 light monsters out on the field with this deck, with Soldier and with Cyber Dragon. Pleiades can bounce 1 card on the field back into the hand. We've got 2 copies of Infinity, 2 copies of Nova. You're going to summon out Nova with 2 level 5 machine monsters. Nova has an ability that you can actually use, which is use 1 overlay unit, special summon a Galaxy Eye, special summon a Cyber Dragon from your grave back to the field, so it's another extender. And then you just use Nova to go into Infinity. Infinity is an Omnigate on top of being able to steal any monster on the field in attack mode, and it gets to equip it, and it gains more attack points for every overlay unit it has. So all in all, Infinity is just a great card. Sega lets us double the attack points basically of any of our machine monsters during the battle phase, which is kind of cool. That's why you can get your Rampage up to a certain amount of attack points. Linkuriboh, because we are running Hurts, is just an easy way to get Hurts into the graveyard, trigger its ability. Anaconda is like one of the best things to go into because you can basically link into Anaconda, go into send Overload Fusion, special on Rampage, OTK from there. Because we're running Gamma, we're also running Lambda, So if you have that Gamma in hand, you have monsters. You can still make Lambda and you'll have a monster negate on the field. Really great. Then we have Almirage because we have, like say, our Hertz, Nashta and Core can all trigger Almirage. So then you can go into Cyber Repair Plan and get that to be live. And that's it for the deck, guys. Really nice, straightforward deck. It's really powerful, Cyber Dragons. People say one of the best decks in the game. Yeah, it can break, but tell me one deck that can't break. So, guys, I would like to know how you think about this deck. Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that thumbs up if you like the deck, or consider subscribing, because both help out this channel grow. Without any further ado, take care. Hope you enjoy the deck. See you in the replays, boys.